Hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining in on our live. So this is the very first YouTube live that Zoho Sign is doing, and we'll wait for a couple more seconds for more people to join. So we are hoping for many more of our audiences to join through. So we'll be just waiting for a couple more minutes, somewhere around till 3:35 p.m. Indian Standard Time. We'll be just waiting till then to start this webinar. So, yes, hello. Thank you so much for joining once again. So, this, as I already mentioned, is going to be Zoho Sign's very first YouTube live that we're doing here. So, we are planning to not stop with this just as a one shot. So, we are attempting to do many more such YouTube lives, and probably we will be doing it every fortnight once. So, to know more about when these lives will be and what the topics will be, and to interact with us on these forums, you can check out the in-app announcements. So if you're a Zoho Sign user, you can definitely check out the notification that comes within the app and follow the same way. Or else you can also check out our announcements forum on our Zoho community, which you can easily access these YouTube lives from and understand what the topics are going to be, and even comment down there as to what topics you would like to see further, and so on and so forth. We would also love if you just subscribe to our YouTube channel, because you can automatically know when this live is going to happen and just tune in straight ahead. So we're very happy to see that a lot of you are joining live from all over the world for this live. But what is going to be the subject of today's YouTube live? Just like the rest of the world, Zoho Sign is also riding the tech and the AI wave very fast. So we are riding the AI wave with our own generative AI assistant Zia, which helps you to both accelerate and automate your signature workflows. And that is what we'll be looking at in this live. So before we go ahead, I'd like to remind you that the live chat is open. So if you have any questions or any comments, you can definitely put them right there. And we'll be keeping a track of that on the side too. So please feel free to, interact with us, and we'd like to keep this as interactive and lively as possible. And yes, we are going to be letting you know of our AI capabilities currently. And this month is also going to be special for us in terms of AI, because a lot of new advancements are going to come and roll out. So do stay tuned, and you will be able to catch all of these eSign AI updates from us. So let's start off. Starting off with our latest AI enhancement, which is a much requested feature. It has been asked a lot of times by our customers, and this might be something that you also like. So you no longer have to worry about creating documents or preparing contracts in advance. Zoho Sign, as you know, is a digital signature platform. And as usual, people would like to send documents for signatures or collect signatures or sign documents themselves. But now the hassle of having to prepare an entire document is no longer there. You can automatically do it within Zoho Sign itself. So if you have your Zoho Sign account, you can just try this out parallelly as I talk you through it. We've got you covered with an AI-based document generation and creation option. You can simply put in a prompt and get a document generated with field spaces also allotted. Or else you can even type out an entire document that fits your requirements based off the prompt that the AI gives you. So this is possible now. And let me just show you a quick glimpse of what this looks like. So let me just take you through it. So when you send your document out for signature, you will be going from this button called Send with Signature, right? So this is what it looks like. 1 minute. If you go click that button, usually you have three options, but now there's a fourth option called create. And then you can just type in a name such as, say, sample lease agreement, if that's what you're going for. And instead of writing out the entire document, you can click on the left corner, the AI assistant button, and then just put in a prompt. So if you want to draft a lease agreement and click on generate, this is what it's going to look like. You will have the field spaces also denoted here so that when you go to the next stage where you add fields, it's going to be quite easy for you to identify them and place the fields automatically. And it does not stop here. Like I already mentioned, this is highly customizable. You can change whatever you want here, delete sections of it, rewrite, just how you would generate your documents with AI on a normal use case. That's exactly how this works too. So yes, now you don't have to worry about the hassle of creating or generating documents without the help of AI. Now that Zoho Sign has it embedded within itself. Now let's go to the next update that we have, which is document summarization. And this has been with us for a while. We've had this AI enhancement for quite a while now, to be frank. And our eSign AI assistant helps you summarize lengthy agreements and fetch contextual gist. So this is particularly helpful if you're someone who's constantly on the go and receives a lot of lengthy documents. In this case, you might need to quickly understand its contents and just pick out the important sections and understand what the document is all about before you get the breathing space to go through it in its entirety, right? So in those cases, the summarization option is going to be really helpful for you. So this will look like a small button again on your signer end. So if someone sends you a document, you will be able to use this particular feature. And let me show you how that looks like. So this is what it will look like. There's a button suggesting the Zia icon here. And once you click on that, you can summarize a document and click on summarize. You can select the file that you want to summarize and go ahead. And in a couple of seconds, you will be able to get a contextual gist of what this entire document is all about. So again, as I mentioned, this is very helpful if you're someone who gets a lot of documents often and need to know the context of it to take further, legal decisions or so on and so forth. So once you get the summary, then you can, read the entire document at leisure whenever you have time for it. So at this point of time, I'd like to pause and see if there are any questions on the chat. So I believe currently we have about a few viewers who are constantly watching us, but then we do not have any questions as of late. So we are very glad that all of you are joining us on this live, and we'll be very happy if you also share this with your friends and colleagues who might be interested in knowing the latest AI enhancements that Zoho Sign has to offer. So yes, since we do not have questions, let's just move ahead with the next feature. So this is a key terms extractor. So where does this come in use? You can pull up pertinent clauses and terms in a contract or an agreement using this feature. So this is correlated to a summarization AI support feature that we have. So by extracting your key terms and clauses and having a contextual summary, you have no chance of missing out any important contents that are present in the document. So you have a contextual summary that tells you what the entire document is about, and there are key terms and clauses that lets you go through what's crucial and definitely not to be glossed over in that document. So without spending a lot of time, you can definitely go through these to get an idea of what the document is about. And this is particularly useful if you have documents that span, say, hundreds of pages. So let's see how this works. I will again take you through a small GIF to explain the same. So you will be able to see this again on the signing end. So the signer will be able to see this, and this is what it will look like. So again, if you go to the Zia button, you have an option to extract key terms. Once you click on that and give it a couple of seconds, it'll pull out all the important information, say who are the parties involved, who are the stakeholders involved, what are the deadline dates, are there any definite and very important clauses that you should not miss out, and all of these other things are defined in this key terms extractor that you can use. Now comes the next feature that we have, an AI capability that we've again had for a while now. It's one of our oldest capabilities that we've had with regards to the AI enhancements, which is field auto detection and population. So as we already saw, you were able to generate a document with AI, right? Now, what about field filling? So if you have the spaces for them and you don't want to drag and drop, fields everywhere, what could you possibly do? The easiest way to go about this is to detect and fill the fields in the spaces that are there in the documents. Many times you might also receive documents which have blanks or spaces that you just need to fill in with fields and go ahead with signing the document. But to automate that process as well, we have a feature that lets you detect and autofill all the fields that are present in the document You can do this for all the recipients and also customize those fields later. As in, if you feel like, hey, so this field was autofilled, but I do not want it here, I would like this to be a different kind of field, you can change that as well. You can change. You can also choose the number of pages to which this is applicable. For instance, if you would like to only automatically generate those fields for one page out of a 10-page document, you can do so and do it repeatedly for any number of recipients as well. So let me take you through that too. Let's see how that works. Again, on the signer's end, you will be able to see this feature. So right here, sorry, this will be on the sender's end. Apologies. This will be on the sender's end. You will be able to see this at the document viewer page where you just click on detect fields and it takes a couple of seconds. You can choose who is going to be the recipient and which pages it must apply the fields to. And then you can edit it as per your wish to. So let's see this one more time so that it's clearly shown as to how this works. Let me just show you. Yeah. So you will be able to click on the detect fields and then fill in the recipient option, which recipient it's applicable to, choose the number of pages it's applicable to, and then all the fields get auto-populated immediately. And these are editable. So for say, instance, if you have this residential here as a text box, but you would only like numbers there, for instance, you can change that. Or if you want a name field that, you can drag and drop it right from the field section on the right. So this is another enhancement that we've had for quite a lot of time and which is particularly useful if you want to accelerate your paperwork and not spend too much time dragging and dropping fields. So yes, saving the best for the last, this happens to be one of my most favorite AI enhancements that is present in Zoho Sign currently, which is Ask Zia. So many a times we have cases where, a document is quite confusing to us and we do not understand sections of it, or it's just too long that by the time you reach the end of it, you've forgotten what happened in the first page. And you might also have cases where you're not particularly sure what are the implications of a clause, or you forget the certain details that are present, such as the deadline or the signing section. All of these things cannot be kept in mind when you're a busy person. So the easiest way to go about dealing with any sort of document dilemmas or difficulties happens to be asking Zia. So what you can do is just press on Ask Zia on the signer's end, and you can put in any prompt with regards to the document and Zia will give you a contextual reply. So I tried out something fun, which I'd like to share with you here, which was quite surprising to me also as to how much of context and tonality Zia is able to draw out of these documents. So here, as I already mentioned, we will be able to click on the Zia button and click on Ask Zia for any document related questions. So this is a sample social media policy where I just put in a very unprofessional clause just to see if Zia can detect the tonality of it. And I asked it, are there any unprofessional clauses in this file which did not sit right with the rest of the clauses and terms here, and said, clause 14 is unprofessional. And if you scroll down, you'll see that I just wrote, upon signing this document, you're supposed to pay me X amount of rupees on my birthday each year. So now this might be a little humorous to look at, but in a larger context, you might be able to understand that there are cases where there are some tricky clauses or clauses you don't particularly understand, or terms that are a little confusing with its legalese that you might need help with. And Zia is the first step to go to before you go to maybe, legal advice and so on and so forth. So this is a quick fix, but definitely it is okay to consult a legal consultant in such cases. But you may be able to solve your document related queries quite quickly here with Zia before you proceed on to the next steps. So these are the 5 enhancements that we have currently with Zoho Sign, but it does not stop here. We are going to bring out a whole array of new enhancements in the upcoming months. So please stay tuned for those too. And I would like to just, wrap up by reminding you what are these eSign Assistant features that we have. So Zoho Sign's eSign AI Assistant, powered by Zia, helps you to summarize documents, extract key terms and clauses, detect and autofill fields, gain answers for any of your questions that you have, and also to generate documents immediately. So at this point, before we wind up, I'd like to ask you to keep your eye out for all our new features that are coming out this month. So we might even be putting them up on our forum announcements and on our social media. And you can keep an eye out to even this page, our YouTube channel, where you will find a lot of help videos, tutorial videos, webinar videos, and so on that can help enrich your understanding of Zoho Sign. And we would love for you to try these enhancements out and tell us what you think. So please feel free to write to us at support@zohosign.com in case you have any queries regarding the same, or if you would want any demos or tutorials. And at the same time, you can also write as comments below our announcement forum where this was announced, this YouTube live was announced. We will also be publishing this YouTube video, and you can definitely comment there below as well as to what you would like to see in the next live, or what all you tried out and what you liked, disliked, and so on. And we would love to keep this interactive with you through those means as well. So that's a wrap from us. Thank you for joining us. So I'd like to remind you that this live will be happening repeatedly again and again with different topics. So stay tuned to the Zoho Sign app. You can absolutely try it for free, or even you can absolutely try it for, apologies. You can try it for free, or also, enable the trial account to try out all the other enhanced features that you have. So you will be able to understand what all of this is about and write back to us in case of any queries. And you can watch out to our upcoming lives in this page itself by subscribing to us, where you will automatically have reminders and notifications come to you each time we put a new video up or a live is on. You will definitely be the first to know. So thank you for joining, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more such content. Happy signing.